Welcome to Target Species. I'm out here in my garage today trying to do something a little bit different. I broke one of my knives last night. It's a Damascus pattern knife. It's a really cool shelf knife. And it got me thinking, what can I do with it? Oh, could I fix the knife? What about just turning it into a fishing lure and catching a fish with it? So that's my goal. I'm gonna see if I can cut out something real simple, like a spoon pattern. I'm gonna punch a couple of holes in it. I'm gonna slap some hooks on there and see if I can catch a fish.
Thanks for tuning in to Target Species. If you want a chance to win the lure made in this video, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Give this video a thumbs up and drop a comment below. And don't forget to watch until the end to catch all the contest details.
Alright, so what I want to do is I want to draw on this knife with the Sharpie here, and I want to kind of build the shape of the spoon that I want to put on here onto this knife, and then I'm going to cut it out with an angle grinder. I'm going to fix the sides or round the sides off, make them nice and smooth, punch a couple of holes, and then I'll try to bend it or shape it in sort of a spoon shape, and then put a couple of hooks on there and see where we go with this. So hopefully we get a finished product out of this, and something that we catch a fish with and not immediately lose on a tree or something like that. That's probably how it's going to go. I'm going to spend hours making this lure here, and I'm going to immediately cast it or break it off. So we will give it a shot.
Okay, so I started by disassembling the knife. I removed the handle. There's this little blade guard or Ricasso piece on it that I took off there. And I started out by trying to outline, sort of what I was looking for in the lure. Hoping that it would be pretty easy to just cut this thing out with a angle grinder. I thought, okay, let me put the holes in it first, put it in the vise, move the vise, cut my hand right there, and I was like, maybe I should dull the knife a little bit. So I busted out the grinder a little bit, dulled the knife, made sure it didn't cut, went back over to the vise, put it in, and the goal here was to start tapping in or putting in the holes. I thought it would be easier. I was wrong. It ended up being a lot harder than I thought, and I ended up spending a lot more time than I'm showing here on the video trying to drill these holes. I ended up going through 3 different drill bits. I broke off 2 of them. Third one I just sort of gave up on, and I decided I had to tackle this a different way. So I decided maybe I needed to soften the steel somehow, because drilling through Damascus was a lot harder than I had anticipated. And so annealing was the first thing I decided to go to. Annealing is a metallurgical process that you can heat up the steel and let it cool down slowly, and it tends to soften the steel and make it easier to work, sometimes easier to grind. So I went out to my forge, I threw it in there, I heated it up till it was red hot. I really like the color of the metal when I pulled it out here. I tried to show everyone on the GoPro, but this footage didn't end up coming out. I let it cool down slowly and brought it back into the garage and quickly found out that it wasn't going to work. I didn't soften the metal enough to be able to drill through it. Just ended up trying several more attempts to get through this with different lubricants, and nothing seemed to work. So I decided, okay, I'm going to try to just punch through this. I've already busted out the forge, so I'll just throw the blade back in the forge, grab my punches, and make the 2 holes as best I can. I made the 2 holes, I let it cool down a little bit, and then I brought it outside to use the angle grinder here. And this is where I got a little bit careless. I should have clamped it down. It moved a lot, both the clamp I was using and the blade, and I actually really scarred the actual spoon that I was trying to cut out of here. I was trying to just start with a square, and you can see here, after I cooled it down in some water, I mean, man, I really messed up the face of that blade. I thought maybe, okay, I can save it. So I brought it inside. I put it on the belt sander and tried to cut like a tail into it. I don't know. I felt like there was something that I could do, but as I continued to progress through here, it became I just had the realization that this is not going to work. I had to try again.
All right, guys, we're back. First day went very badly. I have broken 2 of my 3 attempts. They basically come out almost completely done, and then I break the little eye off. So my thought was I'm just using a little bit too thin of a piece of metal. The original piece of metal that I'm using is super thin. It's a piece of knife, and I mean, you've seen a knife edge. It's thin. So what I wanted to do is use a bit of a thicker piece of metal right here. Welcome back. I have run out of gas. I failed twice, 2 broken lures. I'm on my 3rd lure. We got 1 hole punched. We've got some new gas, so we can punch the 2nd hole, and then once we punch the 2nd hole, we'll round it out, make it spooned on the stump, and then hopefully we don't break this one again. So I'll just keep you with me.
I didn't capture the footage very well this time. My GoPro was chest mounted and just wasn't pointing the right way when I was punching the holes. But I got both of them punched in the metal here, and I used the opportunity while I was in the forge to take the hot metal, put it on the stump, and pound on it with a ball peen hammer, and that dished it out and gave it the spoon shape that I was looking for.
All right. Now, we've got a bend in it from that using the stump and the forge. I punched 2 holes in it. I totally could have forged the edges down. Now that I thought about it, and then I was like, you know what? No, I'm too lazy. So maybe we'll, in a video, make a spoon completely out of rebar, where I forge the whole shape out and then punch the holes. But I don't have any good punches right now. I fucked up all my punches trying to make a knife. And so this is where we're at. So I'm gonna cut this right about here. And then this will be my spoon. There's what's left of that knife.
I used the angle grinder again here, giving myself plenty of room, making sure I'm not messing with the face of the spoon at all.
Boom. So we will bring it back over here to our grinding station. There's our failed broken spoon right there. Here's our new spoon right here. Both in the sunlight. Boom. Here we go. Here we go.
I started out by knocking down the corners as best I can. I wanted to put a teardrop shape in the spoon, so a lot fatter on the bottom, a lot skinnier on the top. Had a lot of weight I had to take off the lure, so I ended up spending the rest of the evening here just taking off the material I needed to get a rough shape and tackle it again in the morning.
Boom. So that's where we're at right now. It's much thicker. I got both the holes in there. They seem to be pretty solid around the edges. So they're not as thin. And hopefully that's going to work. We have made some pretty good progress. This looks like a spoon. It's dished out in the middle. It's got 2 holes in it. And now, you've seen me sand with power tools. Now we have a montage hand sanding. So, I don't like how this has etched. So what I'm gonna do is I've ordered ferric chloride and I'm gonna etch it in the ferric chloride instead. It's super dark. Go wash this off in the sink. Alright, there's a cool pattern on it. But it needs to be shined up a bit. I want to do a little bit of a hand sanding on this floor here. We've got a good pattern. I just don't think it's shiny enough or smooth enough. So I want to take it up all the way to 220 grit, see if I can get that going, and then see if I can bring some sort of a shine out on it other than what it's got right now. I want like almost like a mirror finish. I got some Brasso. We're gonna see if putting that Brasso on this brightens it up a little bit. I'd like to brighten it up and then maybe seal it with some clear coat and then put the hardware on it, get some hooks on it, and then maybe fish. That's the goal. That is the goal here. It's looking pretty good. Look at that guy. Really nice. Good. It sticks in your hand. Like, comment, subscribe.
Hello, this is not David Attenborough. And to enter the contest, simply subscribe to the channel, like the video, and comment below it. The contest period starts with this video and ends on December 31st, 2024. The winner will be chosen randomly from the comments of this video and any video released in 2024. The prize is a custom-made lure featured in the video. The winner will be announced in a follow-up video and contacted via YouTube. Good luck. And remember, like, comment, and subscribe.